Okay, we are on page 165, right? Take your answers with me. We finished the complex numbers, right? Yeah. Question 31. We are on page 165. Question 31. It is 7 plus I. 7 plus I. Question 32. It is 18 minus 13I, right? Question 33. It is negative 10I, right? Question 35. Three over two minus half I, or I over two, the same. 336 negative 13 over 2 minus 7I over 2, or 7 over 2I, the same. And question 37, negative 5 over 3 minus 2I. Right? طيب سكرنا هالباب لو سمحت. Now, any questions about these exercises or the complex numbers in general before I continue? Yeah. Hey. Okay. يلا يا سمسار. $37. Top 37 I will do, okay? Yeah. Question 37. Question 37. We need to simplify, right? انتبه يا سيف. In the simplification, we have 6 minus 5I over 3I. We said we multiply with the conjugate, right? What's the conjugate? We change the sign of the imaginary part in the complex numbers, right? What's the imaginary part down here? P real part? Huh? Ignore when real part. When real part? 3I. P مثلا 7 plus 3I. لا. So here I will multiply up and down by what? Let's change the sign of it. Up and down, I'll multiply with negative 3I, right? As we did. Now I multiply normally. This is equal. 6 multiply negative 3I, negative 18I, right? Negative 5I multiply negative 3I. أول شيء negative 5 multiply negative 3, positive 15, right? I times I power 2, which is negative 1. Multiply positive 15, negative 15, right? فاهمين هاي ليش negative? Over 3 times negative 3, negative 9. I times I power 2. Negative 1 with negative 9, positive 9, right? Now distribute up and down. It will be what? Huh? What? multiply يا ابني multiply 6 times negative 3i negative 18i ولا شو في بينهم هنا؟ لا حيطلع لنا وين؟ 3 times negative 3 كم؟ negative 9 طب و I times I power 2 وال I power 2 equal what؟ negative 1 و negative 9 positive right؟ done هيك؟ طيب now let's distribute up and down. This is equal negative 15 over 9 negative 18i over 9 also, right? I just put the real part at the first always, okay? Okay? So here, make simplest form. This will be 15 with 9. What's the simplest form? Divide on 3 up and down. It will be negative 5 over 3 minus 2i or negative 2i, negative 5 over 3. It's the same. Done? Else? 35. Same idea, 35. Let's do it. 36, same idea of 37. I'll do 35, okay? 35, we have 5 over 3 plus I equal 5 over 3 plus I multiply up and down by 3 minus I over 3 minus I, right? صح? Now multiply up, multiply down. 5 multiply 3, 15. 5 multiply negative I, negative 5I over 3 times 3, 9. 3 times negative I, negative 3I. I'm done with the 3, go to the I times 3 plus 3I. I times negative I, negative I باور 2. بس ال I باور 2 negative 1. مع النيجاتيف شو بتصير؟ positive 1, right? This is equal up خليها over 10 صح؟ Now distribute 15 over 10 minus 5i over 10. Divide up and down till be 3 over 2 minus half I. صح؟ ايش الوان؟ مالها؟ يا ابني I multiply negative I negative I power 2, right? هذه كم؟ صارت negative 1. قد ايه؟ positive 1. Done? Okay, understand? طيب. Now I'm in 3-4 solving quadratic equations by factoring. Done? Yeah. I'm in lesson 3-4, module 3, lesson 4, solving quadratic equations by factoring. You took factoring before, right? We are on page 167 and today is 12 December. You took factoring before, right? How you factor x bar 2 plus 5x plus 6? Huh? How you factor? أخذت two parentheses. Yeah. Distribute what? ما أخذت factoring زي هيك. x 3 2 plus مر عليكم هذا الشيء؟ أبدا؟ Two numbers if you multiply them 6 if you add them 5. أخذتوه قبل هيك؟ Factoring أخذتوه؟ طيب. أخذتوه يا مستر؟ أخذتوه زياد؟ طيب ماكو هيك متفاجئين. How we solve the quadratic equations by factoring? First we factorize. First we what? Second step we do something we call it using probability of zero multiple. Okay? What's this mean? Yes, هذا زي اللي بيحكي لكم أخذنا. طيب. Now to solve the quadratic equations using factoring, solving quadratic equations by factoring. So first you will what? You will factorize, which we took it before. So here, first step 1, factorize, factor the equation. Step 2, use zero probability of multiplication. هذه multiplication تسألنيش كيف. اوكي شو يعني zero multiple of zero probability of multiplication? Focus on the board. If you have a multiply b equals 0. If you have a multiply b equal what? 0. Then at least one of a and b should be equal what? 0. Means a can be 0 or both. مش هيك؟ This is what we call it zero multiple of multiplication, zero probability of multiplication. So here, if a multiply b equals 0, then a is 0 or b is 0 or both of them, right? For example, 2 multiply y equals 0. ال 2 0 ال 2 0 معناته الواي لازم تكون ايش؟ عشان يطلع المultiply 0 مش هيك؟ This is what we call a zero probability of multiplication. I will give you an example about the title, solving quadratic equations by factoring, okay? Now, example, solve x power 2 plus 7x plus 10 equal what? 0. This is equation. We need to solve it. First step, you need to factorize, to factor this equation. How we factor this equation or this type of equation? We open two brackets, right? And here x, then you search about two numbers. If you multiply them, you get 10. If you add them, you get 7, which are 2 and 5, or 5 and 2, right? And here, because you have a plus, you put a plus, right? So what you have here, What's this mean? This means that x power 2 plus 7x plus 10 equal x plus 2 multiply x plus 5. Okay? يعني if you multiply these two parentheses together توزعهم على بعض هذا الانسر هيطلع صح؟ طيب now let's use مين؟ الزيرو probability هذه. If A multiply B equals 0 then A equals 0 or B equals 0. طب here I have sorry here I have a bracket multiply bracket equals 0, right? Depending on the property means the first bracket should be 0 or صح? So x plus 2 equals 0 or x plus 5 equal what? 0. Shift the 2, shift the 5. X equal negative 2 or x equal. So we have two solutions here, right? Negative 2 and negative 5. But what's the meaning of solution? Solution makes the equation correct, صح or true. Now put the negative 2 here in place of what? يلا مع بعض. Negative 2 power 2 positive 4, right? 7 multiply negative 2 negative 14 صارت 4 minus 14 minus 10 plus 10 0, right? Put the negative 5, same idea. Negative 5 power 2 positive 25. انت وضعكم تمام التمام. Negative 5 power 2 positive 25. 7 by negative 5 negative 35. 25 minus 35 minus 10 plus 10 0. Okay? These we call them solutions of the quadratic equation. So the first step you factorize, the second step you use the zero probability, okay? But now always also we're factoring like this. No, sometimes we factor using greatest common factor. You took it before also. What? لا لسه ده حابب تيجي تتصور جنبي. اخلص شو solve the equation we did. Yeah, let's take example 1. Example 1 in your book. We are on page 167 and please don't look to your book, just look at the board, understand. Solve 12 x power 2 minus 2x equal x by what? كاتب لك factoring and check your solutions. X. Okay. انتبه على البورد. لا تكتب يعني انتبه على البورد. Now the quadratic equation to solve the quadratic equation, one of the terms should be what? 0. One of the terms always should be 0. But here, this x is not 0, so I need to shift this x here to make this side what? 0. So keep the 0 always to the right side. Okay? So first step, I will prepare the equation. 12x power 2 minus 2x minus x equal what? 0. Right? But here we have like terms. What are they? Negative 2x, negative x. Combine them. It will be negative 3x. So here 12x power 2 minus 3x equal what? 0. Now this equation different from this equation. We have x power 2 number by x or number. We factor it by two parentheses like this way. But here I have two terms. Sorry. Here we have two terms, right? Two terms, both of them have or has x. In this case, we use greatest common factor. تعرفوا ولا لا؟ تعرفوا ولا لا؟ What's the greatest common factor of 12x power 2 and 3x? 3 12 لا 3 ولا 12 إذا ال 3 فيها 4 بقول لك common factor يعني هنا وهنا common factor x ولا x ولا 1 ولا مش تحذير الموضوع. The DCF is a 3x مع بعض. لا بدي common factor يا ابني. common factor. طب how we find it أذكرك. يلا أذكرك. يلا. To find the DCF ركز. 12x power 2. This is 2 by 2 by 3 by x, right? 12 هي 2 by 2 by 3 by x, right? طيب ل 3x هي 3 by x because the 3 you cannot factorize it, right? Now select the common. What are the common? ل 3 will x, right? So the G, C, F equal. From each group of common you take 1. انت خدتوه عن numbers, right? So here from the 3 I will take 3. X I will take 3 multiply x is why I find it to come here and put it and make factoring by greatest common factor GCF بسموه تمام. طب what I will do here now, do you understand this part؟ خلاص هذا بيلزمنيش. انا مين اللي بيلزمني؟ ل 3x بس. اوكي يلا. What you will do, you will put your GCF and you will divide. ركز. Each term here on the equation on what? On what? مش 3. On 3x. Okay? فهمنا؟ So here 12x power 2 divided by 3x. 12 divided by 3, 4. X power 2 divided by x power 1. X. Should we subtract? X power 2 divided by x. X. Right? So here 12x power 2 divided by 3x, how much? 4x. Right? Now minus minus. 3x divided by 3x equal 1. حطيت النيجاتيف 1. Right? Equal what كله? This equal I don't need it. Okay? Again شو اللي عملته أنا؟ I brought the x here. I simplify it. I have this equation. This is the general equation. Okay? Now I have two terms and they have x. If all the terms have x, you always use the greatest common factor. Okay? What's the greatest common factor? We found it. What is it? 3x. We put it, open parentheses, and divide both terms on it. Got it? Now, use what? Yeah, I have this. Multiply this equal what? So either 3x equals 0 or 4x minus 1 equals 0, right? Yeah, 3x equals 0 or 4x minus 1 equals 0, right? Divide on 3 here. X will be what? Here, shift and divide. X will be 1 over 4. Done? These are the two solutions. Where هذا طيب ال 10 هذه فيها x؟ لا. طب فيها 7؟ طب هنا في 10 او 7؟ طب do we have any common factor here? No. You don't have common factor between all the three terms. You have x and x, but here you have x? No. This we factorize it by parentheses. This we factorize it by greatest common factor. Okay? Another example. Example 2. Solve x power 2 minus 6x minus 9 equals 18 by what? Factoring. Do we have do we have a side equals 0? No. So this 18, I need to shift it here to make this part of on this side equals 0. So let's check. X power 2 minus 6x minus 9 minus 18. في مشكلة؟ ركز معي هلا. Here negative 9, negative 18 combine them because they are like terms. So x power 2 minus 6x minus 27 equal what? تمام؟ طب do we have, how many terms we have here? 3 terms. X power 2 و 6x و 27, right? How many terms? 3 terms. X power 2 و x و number. This form or this type, we factorize it by 2 parentheses like this. We put x, x. Now focus. Focus. To find the two numbers, you need to search about two numbers. If you multiply them, the answer is negative 27. If you add them, the answer is negative 6. Again, if you multiply them, the answer is negative 26. If you add them or subtract whatever, the answer is negative 6. Negative 9 and 3. Why? هلا متفقين على 3 وال 9 for the 27, right? Yeah. 3 and 9. Negative 3 or positive 9. I'm trying, okay? Multiply negative 3 multiply 9. Negative 27 ظابطة. طب negative 3 plus 9 positive 6. أنا شو بدي؟ Switch the signs. What? يا ابني انت كانت هيك صح؟ صح؟ نيجاتيف 3 بلس 9 بوزيتيف 6. انا ايش بدي؟ نيجاتيف 6. ايش مالكم؟ ها اسف غيره. طيب let's now switch positive negative and try 3 multiply negative 9 negative 27 plus 3 minus 9 negative 6. ظابطه؟ حطهم. هاي positive 3 and negative what? 9. Okay? Done? Now use the property. X plus 3 equals 0 means x equal what here? Negative 3. And x minus 9 equals 0, then x equal what here? 9. These are the two solutions, negative 3 and positive 9. If you put negative 3 here, for sure you will get positive 18. Or here, here, you'll get what? So you can check here or here. It's the same. Yes. لا المالتبلاي تطلع نيجاتيف 27. ليش مش راضيين تستوعبوا انه في نيجاتيف قدام النمبر؟ ايش المشكله اني بدل ما احكي 27 احكي نيجاتيف 27؟ ايش المشكله؟ Search about two numbers. If you multiply them, you get negative 27. If you add them, you get negative 6. مش 6 ومش 27. Done. If you found the two numbers, it's easy. Just solve. شوف ما أحلاها. Yes. لا. Else. لا. Another example. Focus. Solve. اكتب هذا مش موجود عندك. x bar 2 minus 8x plus 12 equals 0. Focus now. Two parentheses are x, x. Focus. Give me two numbers. If you multiply them, the answer is 12. If you add them, the answer is negative 8. Negative 6 or negative 2. 6 or negative 2 or negative 2 or 6 or negative 6 or 2 if you have different signs. If you multiply them, the answer will be what? Negative 12. I want positive 12. So positive 12, يا بتاخذ positive 6 مع positive 2. But if you add them, positive 8. I want what أنا? Negative 8. So negative 6 and negative 2. So negative 6 here, negative 2 here. Check. Negative 6 times negative 2, positive 12. Negative 6 plus negative 2, negative 8. If you take 6 with negative 2 أو negative 6 with 2, المultiply شو بيطلع؟ وأنا إيش بدي؟ positive. معناته هذول الخيارات هذول ما بيلزموك. Right? So either both positive positive or both negative negative. اللي ظابطة معي مين؟ Negative negative to find what? Negative 8. In general and focus. If this is positive and this is negative, then both numbers are negative. Should be. طب do we finish? No. X minus 6 equals 0 means x equal what? X minus 2 equals 0, then x equal what? 2. Another example. Solve x power 2 minus 13x plus 42 equals 0. Look, minus plus, both should be what? Negatives. Give me two numbers. If you multiply them, 42. If you add or subtract them, whatever, 13. 7 or 6, right? 7 or 6. And both are negative. Yeah. So here, x minus 7, x minus 6 equals 0. Check. Negative 7 multiply negative 6, positive 42. انت بيكون معك كالكوليتر يعني جرب تاكد. Negative 6 plus negative 7, negative 13. So if you have negative, then positive, then both are what? Negative, like this example and the example which we did here, right? But بس خليني اخلص ثاني. X minus 7 equals 0, x equals 7, x minus 6 equals 0, x equals 6, right? ركز بهذه. Solve x power 2 minus 7x minus 44. طلع الاخير شو طلع معي؟ minus. يعني المultiplication I want it to be what? Negative, right? Then the two numbers should be similar signs or different signs? Different, عشان يطلع المultiply negative, right? What give me two numbers? If you multiply them, you get 44. 11 و 4 أو 22 and 2. check. أو 44 and 1. صح؟ 44 multiply 1. 22 multiply 2. 44. 11 multiply 4. 44. Right? But neither of the 22 and 2, 44 and 1, if you add or subtract them, you get 7, right? So you will get with 11 and 4. هاي ال 11 وال 4. واحدة positive والثانية and you try and you guess. This sign, ركز شو بحكي. This sign takes the bigger always. يعني 11 وال 4 مين الكبير؟ النيجاتيف تاخذ ال 11. اوكي؟ الثاني شو بتكون؟ عكسها. وجرب هلا. Negative 11 multiply 4. Negative 11 plus 4. Just هلا عرفت التو نمبرز صارت امور سهله الان ها. x minus 11, x plus 4, x equal 11, x equal what? After you find it. طيب, look what I will do here. شو عملت؟ هذه خليتها ايش؟ plus. Is this still what? Negative. I have cases now, okay? اطلع الكيسز. الكيس الاولى اول اكزامبل حليناه بوزيتيف بوزيتيف هذا سهل شيء بلس 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 يعني اذا الاثنين بوزيتيف الاثنين بوزيتيف خلاص هنا if this positive and this negative then both are what خلصنا هنا if the end is negative then they are different signs and this sign here takes the bigger right طب here لا this sign here always take the bigger. If it's negative, the bigger is negative. If it's positive, يعني بس هعمل كل شيء أنا x x. أنا متفقين على 4 وال 11 صح؟ متفقين عليها. Negative معناته different signs. بتطلعهم هذه إيش؟ للكبير. الثاني للصغير. أوكي؟ عكسها. كانت هون النيجاتيف اعطيتها للكبير هون بوزيتيف اعطيتها للكبير now try او guess sorry check negative 4 multiply 11 negative 4 plus 11 now finish it x minus 4 equals 0 x equal 4 and x plus 11 equals 0 x equal negative 11 okay this is important idea hope you understand the book does not give a lot of examples about it only 1 or 2 examples. So I gave you extra examples about it. We did example 2, right? We did example 2. We did it. You can do what you want. We will stop here and tomorrow we will do more. طب I want you معلش ركز معي. 1 minute معلش يا مستر. Do with me guys questions 1. ركز شو بدي احكي 1 و2 و3 و4 و5 و6 ركز شو بدي احكي let me just finish the recording